Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the podcast. This is Life at a Glance with Christy Herman. And today the topic is going to be things I learned in my 20s. I can't even stress how important this topic is, and that I just wanted to give back some of my wisdom that I've learned and some of the things that I've grown to learn into my 30s. I'm going to start this podcast with a quote. It's aging is an extraordinary process where you become the person you always should have been. I can't stress enough how true that is. You know, a lot of us make jokes and we say, if I only knew what I knew now in high school, I would have been just all around perfect person because, you know, we were lost back then. We were still finding ourselves back then. We were still learning back then. And we still are in our 30s. But I feel like I'm so full of wisdom that it's just exploding out of my eyeballs and I need to share. So the first thing I wanted to talk about, and I don't know if anyone will agree with me or not, but is the fact that our elders can be wrong. You know, sometimes we go to a mom, a dad, a parent, someone older than us, and a lot of the times they're right and they give us a lot of really good advice. But on the other end, maybe there's a lesson that you're going through that they haven't learned yet, or maybe they're in a different point in their life where they're still trying to figure certain things out. And so don't always take every piece of advice you get to heart and listen. Take it, analyze it, put it into your own life and see how it works for you. But always keep your mind open and always know what you're going through and what specific things that you need to hear and from who. Because who you're hearing certain advice from does matter. So that's the first thing that I wanted to say. Another thing is very important. I can't stress this enough because this was one of my problems back in the day. Is don't waste your time seeking attention or popularity. You know, what you really need to do is focus on your goals and true friendships. Because when you look at your life 10 years from now, what's really going to be there? It's going to be those true friendships and the goals that you built and the future that you build. You know, what you're popular for today might not even matter tomorrow. So just seek respect and lifetime friendships with those good, true people. And that really will help your life and you will really, truly benefit from that. And another thing is love your own life. You know, whether you're rich, poor, doing really well, doing really bad, be so in love with every minute of your life and never compare your life to others. Because regardless, we all have issues. We're all going through something. So whatever you see on TV, the Kardashians, WWE, oh my God, he kicks ass and he does, but he has his own struggles, you know what I mean? Just like we do, fit, in shape, out of shape, overweight, it doesn't matter. There's something in your life to be thankful for and love your life. Always strive to reach those goals, but always be thankful and happy for what you have. Love yours. And that's actually a song that I love so much by J. Cole. It's called Love Yours, and it's just a great song. And he really puts it into perspective about enjoy your life, love your own, because there's nothing like what you have. And there's someone in the world that's praying for what you have. And that's really true. And another thing I wanted to talk about that I just recently became kind of good at is, how important it is to be able to make decisions. Whether it's the smallest decision or the biggest decisions, we need to take the time, weigh it out and actually make them, because someone one time told me that, if we don't make decisions for ourselves, they will be made for us. And, it's really true. Your life is your own. You need to be the star of your own life. And so when we don't make those small decisions or big decisions, they're made by somebody else. And, a lot of times we don't want to feel the responsibility. We don't want to feel like, well, what if I screw it up or make the wrong one? Well, hey, that's okay. And that's a part of living. We all screw up. We all make wrong decisions. But still to this day, I feel like the hardest decision is what I want to eat for dinner. That was kind of a joke. But seriously, like, oh my God, like tomorrow night I'm sitting here thinking like, I want to eat out tomorrow. So it's like, where do I go? If I could choose anything, I wanted to be sushi, but then it's like I have to save because I want to get my own house. So then it's like, what's my favorite fast food? But I want to be healthy. Like, God, oh my God, this is what goes through my head. I don't know about you guys, but anyways, the other thing too is to learn about relationships, whether it's like a lover or just a friend. The thing that I've learned is that just because you will do it for them doesn't mean necessarily that they will do it for you. Because you're a good person and you give doesn't mean that your partner is going to give and be a good person. It just means that you're a good person, but don't have such high expectations for people. Have them for yourself and know that, whatever you do, it makes you feel good. Because like for me, giving for my husband makes me feel good. It makes me feel good inside to know that he's happy. He has it to where I want to impress him, that's important because, if I woke up every day like, oh, fuck him or forget him, like he can just, I don't know, do whatever. That's not okay. You have to keep it to where you still want to be able to do for that other person. But no, they won't necessarily always give back to you. And the other thing too is it's not necessarily about finding the right partner as much as it is becoming a good partner. Because, we can look all day and I've dated. And when I say I've dated, I have dated. And I realized that each and every individual person has their own faults and flaws. And it's just deciding which one of those flaws you're willing to kind of put up with. Me and my husband, all around, he does have flaws, but I don't feel like he's so terrible, like, can't stand him. Same with my kids. I want them to be well-rounded beings, but I know that they're going to have their own personal things that they struggle with, just like everybody. But I do know that there's certain chapters in my life where I was the bad guy. I didn't do it on purpose. None of us usually do. But there's certain chapters where, oh, she's so great. She's a hero. She's this, she's that. He's this, that, the other thing. And that's just a part of life. We're not always going to be the superpower, superhuman Jesus Christ that we all wish we could be. And that's just the way that it is, And another thing that I wanted to talk about is people pleasing, which has also been a really big struggle of mine because when you do care about the feelings of others because you're a sensitive being like myself, you tend to kind of like try to appease everybody, but it's just going to drive you crazy in the end and make you insane. So we just really, truly need to be true to ourselves and to what we need and what we want, because we're not going to get what we want if we're focused on what everyone else wants. We're never going to get there. And so as long as we stay true and we know who we are and what we want, we'll be able to get there just with ease. You know what I mean? So yeah, skip the people pleasing. They're not even going to appreciate it anyways. You can sit there. Me personally, with older people, I like to show respect regardless of the situation, because they've been through a lot. I'm 35 years old. I'm tired as hell. So I know that at the age of 70, you've got to be like struggling, and I want to show you the utmost respect. Doesn't mean that they're going to show it to you, but still, don't people please, show respect, be true to yourself. That's something that I definitely learned in my 20s that I wanted to pass on to you guys. Another thing that's also still kind of difficult is pay your bills. Like, seriously, pay your bills. My theory that I don't always go by, but I believe is true, if you can't pay cash or have the cash right then, you shouldn't be buying it or have it at all. Like, period. Unless it's like a car or house loan, like important stuff like that, then I can understand. But other than that, we should be paying cash for everything, living as if we are broke, like, period. Live like you only got $5 in your pocket. If you have everything you need, there's no reason to sit there and go blow and spend all your money. We sometimes splurge. We all have our thing, and that's okay, but we gotta live like we don't have it, pretty much. And credit is so important. It follows you your whole life. Any little mistake you make, anything you don't pay, it's basically on a report card. I look at credit as an adult report card. And, it shows, hey, you are not paying your bills, or you are, and it follows you for a long time. So I just really recommend staying on top of that, because if you don't, it takes time to dig out of a hole. And like I said, life happens, things happen, but we know what we're supposed to be doing, and we need to do it. Another thing that I've learned that I don't always apply, and I still struggle with, is, live in the moment. It's important to live in the moment, because memories are very important to have. You don't need to rush anything, because this is deep but true. What are we in a hurry for? We're in a hurry to die. That's the only thing promised in life, is death. And when we sit there and we rush, 10 years pass, and what do you have? Okay, we reached this, we reached that, but what memories do you have? What are you taking with you? What fun did you laugh? Did you smile? Did you give back? All those things, I think we all just need to sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride, honestly. Because, living in the moment and making memories is a priority, and it's very important. The one thing I will say is I am loving my 30s. I just feel like I know more of who I am. And, I'm a very introverted, loves to be alone, overprotective of my family person. And I know that in myself now. And I'm proud of those things. Whereas before, I used to feel like those were negatives, but for the right people who belong in my life, those are positive things. And, it's just a blessing to be able to live to 35 so far, and that I was able to live through my crazy 20s to be able to become wiser and learn from all those really hard but really important, necessary lessons that I went through, that we all go through. And I just hope that, one of the best perspectives to have on life is that it's a learning process, and that we're all here to learn from our mistakes, become better people, and give back. And, have some fun in the process and become who we're meant and want to be. And so if you are in your 20s right now and you're like, oh my God, when will it end? I mean, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And like I said, we're all learning, we're all growing, and let's just have fun in the process. So that is all for the day. I'm going to enjoy my Starbucks right now. My current drink that I have is the venti cold brew with 3 pumps of sugar-free vanilla and the vanilla sweet cream cold foam. And it is the best thing that ever happened to me in my life, other than my beautiful children and husband, of course. But it's my thing right now. It's like under 100 calories because I was doing the white chocolate macadamia nut cold brew, and oh my God, it's so good, but it's like hella calories. So we had to switch it up. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the evening, putting away some laundry, hanging with the babies, and just doing me. I hope that everyone has an amazing week ahead, and I will talk to you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.